So, for example, is if I'm standing up here and I take out my trusty gun and I shoot her, I want you to know that I take up time and space, the gun takes up time and space, she takes up time and space, this event takes up time and space. And what we know is that reality is always time times space equals reality. 15 minutes later when the police come, because they will come, each one of you will have a different story about that particular event. You'll think about, again, how tall I am, my voice inflection. You'll decide if I'm white or not white. You'll make all kinds of judgments about the way that I speak, about the way that I'm dressed, about the way that I'm up here on stage. You'll decide if I am rich, poor, all of that you'll make a decision about. And that's because as human beings, we've been trained since birth to make meaning out of everything. And we do that because of our fight and flight response. We're trained to make meaning out of things because it's a survival instinct to do that. So part of mindfulness is making sure that you're not in judgment all of the time. So when I talked about the what skills, there's also the how skills then, again, about mindfulness. So if I'm going to choose mindfulness, what I need to make a decision about is my judgments. And we all make judgments all the time. And so is that helpful in any particular situation? If somebody walks in front of my booth and I'm looking at their clothes or their hair or the way they walk or the way they talk, I have to make a decision if I want to be in that judgmental space or not. If I don't want to be in that judgmental space, I get to a fork in the road in my thinking and I choose to think something differently. And that's what mindfulness is about. If you don't understand mindfulness, we can talk about alpha, theta, brain waves, and doing trance work, and hypnosis and meditation and all those things. But if you don't understand that you have the ability to control your own thinking, none of those things matter. Absolutely none of those things matter. Because your ability to control your own thinking is basically the one thing that you get to do. We always say it's die and pay taxes. It may be some of that too, but the main thing is that you actually get to be able to control your own thinking. When you control your own thinking, you're then able to make choices in your skill level to raise your threshold to tolerate distress. Now, again, I've been through some pretty stressful things in my life in regards to my health and my marriage and my children, just like everybody else on the planet. And I want you to know as of last year, 800,000 people committed suicide. It's a big number. 800,000 people. And they do that, those acts are acts of desperation by people who are unable to tolerate their distress any longer. We used to, thousands of years ago, teach distress tolerance skills. It was taught by the elders, by the grandmothers, by the great-grandmothers, by the great-great-grandmothers. Again, simple things that the Buddhists tell us, like chop wood, carry water. It's a simple thing. If I have something that I'm thinking about that I find distressing, one of the things that I can do is just simply do the dishes. We don't teach that skill anymore. What we do teach is people how to get on social media and to tell all their friends and their family how bad it is and how awful it is and how terrible it is. And those things then, again, are not skill building, and they don't raise your tolerance in regards to the stressful situation that you're going through at that time.